The Brian Gould Show features content from the internet and current events throughout the world. All photos, videos, names, and other content is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't fall asleep. It's rude.
Que las condiciones están fluctuando entre los 80 hasta los 90 grados. Parece que tenemos un problema, me imagino, con las luces, pero no se preocupen. Seguimos con el tiempo. Las temperaturas para hoy van a ser aproximadamente
Yummy. That was great. I've never seen a reporter look so excellent in little Speedo. Oh, never mind. I take that back. That was horrible, but yet it was kind of funny. I have no idea what she's saying. It really doesn't matter. But hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Brian Gould Show. I'm your host, Brian Gould. I'm riding solo right now. Joe will be out for the remainder of the year. He is busy and on vacation. Tough life. So, I do want to talk about good old football. I've been running a Yahoo Fantasy Football League for the past 13 years now. And maybe 14. No, 13. Right around there. 13, 14, doesn't matter. So the playoffs started this weekend for my league. Playoffs? Playoffs? Yes, playoffs. And, all season long, of course, I've dominated my league and handed out quite a few butt whoopings and lost a couple close games. I just dominated the league. Doesn't really matter. So, of course, this weekend, I play my good friend Sandy. And Sandy's been there since day one of the league, year in, year out. Sandy won the first championship in the league, and then I won a couple, and Sandy's won another one, and on pace to maybe win another one, who knows. Sandy slides in to the 8th spot. Top 8 teams make the playoffs in my league. Just painting the picture here for you. I played Sandy 2 weeks ago, and texting back and forth throughout the week here and there about the game, and I just annihilate Sandy. No chance in hell. So, same team, same matchup, exact same players, and guess what? Well, my receiving corps decided not to show up and play, more or less, this weekend. And my quarterback, I actually started Peyton Manning in the beginning of the season. He played like 2 games for me, and then I benched him, and I've had Phillip Rivers all season long. So, Phillip Rivers gets me 7 points. DeAndre Hopkins, he's been getting me like 20 points every week. He got me 6. Larry Fitzgerald's been putting up 15 to 18 points. Got me 7. McFadden got me 8. Chris Ivory got me 8. Blah, 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 blah. And I've had Gronk. Gronk's on my team. And in my league, it's a point per catch. So every time one of these players catches the ball, they get 1 point automatically. So Gronk's good for like 15 points on his own before he even scores a touchdown. And of course, he's been out the last couple weeks, and New England's just been, for better lack of info, not telling anybody if he's playing or not. Now, granted, New England's already in the playoffs. They really don't need to play him. So I bench Gronk, and I go pick up Philly's tight end. And he got me decent points. Well, of course, New England plays in the Sunday night game. And the Phillies game was like at 1. I think it was a 1 o'clock game. So I can't even switch players at this point. And of course, right at game time, Gronk's going to play. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So here's the gist of it all. Sandy wins 94-91. Upset of the century right there. Not the century. Upset of this whole league. And first thing I do, I run to my phone this morning to see what the final score is, because I didn't bother watching the Sunday night game. I was watching WWE's TLC and kind of checked here and there updates to see where I was at points-wise. I was catching up because I had Houston's Hopkins in there, and he's been putting up like 20 points a week for me. And of course, he does nothing for me, like nothing. He catches 3 balls for 52 yards, so that gets me 6 points. So granted, if I would have Gronk in there, or at least one of my receivers decide to show up and get at least 10 points, I'm moving on into the second round. I mean, for me, this fantasy season is a complete bust now. It's kind of like hearing from one of your buddies that there's a new club in town. Let's give it a sexy name like Club Heat. And if you go there this Friday night, you're guaranteed to get laid. Man or woman, you're getting laid. So you're thinking, dang, it's Monday. Just heard from my buddy. new club in town. So you kind of get a little excited about that. Guaranteed. For all you single people out there, you're guaranteed to get laid. Heck, even for the people that aren't single. Show up to Club Heat Friday night, you're going to get laid. Tuesday rolls around, you're thinking about it. Wednesday gets here, it's middle of the week, hump day, whoop whoop, you know. Thursday's getting here, you're like, man, it's been a long week, I'm winding down, but man, 36 hours from now, I'm going to be bouncing off the walls, having a good old time. Friday gets there, you're all set, you're feeling the electricity. Boom, you bust out of work, race home, you're eating, shave, shower, all of the above, ready to go. Go out to Club Heat, you get there, you go through the door, and boom, person at the door greets you and throws a necklace with a bunch of flowers on it. Oh, it happens to be a Hawaiian night at Club Heat, so you just got laid. That disappointment is so vividly bright right now for me right now. That's my whole fantasy football season right there. Just broke it down. Killing it all week. Finally, you get right to the end, and you're right there, and it's not what it should have been. Oh well. Better luck next year, I guess. You know, I'll draft a little better. I drafted a good team. I drafted the best team. I got the highest grade for the draft. Just my guys sucked and didn't show up. Thank you, New England, for doing what you do best, and that's letting down people that aren't your fans. Not only do you cheat, but you screwed me out of having a good tight end for the week and moving on in the playoffs. Yeah, I just got laid. Awesome. Well, Saturday afternoon, a buddy of mine reached out to me and said, hey, I got an extra spot if you want to go with me to Wade Boggs' Christmas party up in Tampa. I'm here in Sarasota, Florida, for those of you that don't know. And I had to pass. I was busy doing other things. The UFC fight was that night, McGregor and Aldo, and I got to reference that laid thing. You know, I had an opportunity to go to Wade Boggs' Christmas party, and McGregor and Aldo was on. I saw the fight, 13 seconds, just like my fantasy football playoff stint, 13 seconds long. And not to mention, he shoots me a text today and says, hey, guess what? You missed out on Saturday night. I said, oh, no, nothing. If you blinked, you missed McGregor knocking out Aldo. And he's like, oh, no, Killer B. Brian Blair was there at the party, Jim Neidhart, Natty Neidhart, and her husband, and a few other classic wrestlers were there, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a huge wrestling guy, huge wrestling fan. And I'm just like, oh, well, way to wipe my nose right through the poop of it all. Pretty sweet. So my weekend involved watching 13 seconds of an Aldo McGregor fight, watching 13 seconds of my fantasy football team play in the playoffs, and that was it. So there you go. Holiday season's here. I took last week off. I had not uploaded a show. Took a sick day. Wasn't feeling too good. Actually, I had more like a sick week. Wasn't feeling good. Runny nose, all that fun jazz. You probably can still hear it a little bit in my voice. But the holiday season, man, it's grinding. It winds you down. It's the middle of December right now. And if you think about it, you go back, the holiday season realistically starts October 31st with Halloween. And then you run the gauntlet all the way through Halloween. Then you've got Thanksgiving. Then you've got Christmas. Well, Christmas Eve, then Christmas. And then, boom, it's New Year's. Like, that's 9 weeks of stuff. And I'm not a holiday person at all. I could care less. Man, it's just a bunch of hoopla. And yes, it's for the kids and quote-unquote and all that fun jazz. Yeah. Well, you know what? For 9 weeks, you bust your hump putting together all this stuff and getting all these gifts ready, and Santa's coming and everything else. And it takes the kids 3 minutes to open up the presents. You spend more time putting up Christmas lights, Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, taking the kids to see Santa, or maybe you don't. I don't know. You know, Thanksgiving dinner, even Thanksgiving dinner, it takes longer to get to wherever it is you're going to eat, unless you're staying home and cooking for everyone, and it's 10 times longer to cook. Again, 3 to 5 minutes to eat, and 15 minutes worth of dishes. Like, I guess the bottom line common denominator, whether it's for trick-or-treating, it takes the kids 3 minutes to eat their whole bag of candy. Thanksgiving, it takes you 3 to 5 minutes to eat your Thanksgiving dinner. Gifts are unwrapped in 3 minutes flat. Damn, if it's 1 second over 3 minutes, then this kid's got one hand or one arm. But and then New Year's Eve, we count down from 10 to 1, and boom, it's New Year, and boom, hype's over. It's all over with. Too much emphasis gets put on it, in my opinion. I'm just not a big holiday person. Never have been. A handful of miscellaneous reasons, but end of the day, just a bigger perspective for it, or of it, on all of it is just that one big poof, and that's it. Oh, and then by the way, right after New Year's is done, you're flipping right back around. It's Valentine's Day, and you're getting your significant other that special gift for Valentine's Day. Well, guess what? Females, ladies, you got it lucky at that point, because it's kind of cruise control from there. You guys, or ladies, get the flowers, you get the cards, chocolates, dinner, blah blah blah. Guys get the expectation. Then you got Mother's Day right after that, and Father's Day is just like, oh, chill. Here's a tie, here's some socks, some man stuff, and a 6-pack of beer. Like, yeah, appreciative of all that, and some thought went into it. Not really, like the same crap every year, but I guess just holidays in a nutshell. I'm spent. Just celebrated my birthday last week, turned 36. Woohoo! Got a retweet from Hulk Hogan on my birthday. That was pretty badass. But overall, I guess at this age, the expectation is just not there anymore for me. I'm not trying to be, bah humbug or the Grinch about it. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm being Grinch about it. I don't care. It burns me out mentally, emotionally, physically. And look at your bank account come January 1st. Yes, it's for the kids, but I think it needs to be toned down just a smidge. I mean, you got these hoverboards coming out now. Those suckers are exploding in malls and setting house fires, so now you're not, legally allowed to buy the cheap ones under $400. There's the newer gadgets, the iPhone 7, Apple Watches, and Apple TVs, and smartphones, and smart homes, and everything else. Everything is so hyped up. It's just overbearing. Very overbearing. So, my opinion, I think we just need to take a few steps back, take a deep breath, and chill. You just can't go into the holiday season, running it wide open. I don't know where I'm going with it, but first thing on my mind is holiday season is very tiresome. I'm spent. That's where I'm at. Middle of December, I'm spent, and there's 11 days to go till Christmas, and doing it all for 3 minutes. Yay. Later on this week, Star Wars comes out for you Star Wars fans, Part 7. Be interesting to see how they do that. The trailers are out there, and there's rumors, and there's little tidbits here and there. Chewie might die, blah, blah, blah. Don't know. I won't be there to watch it the first week. I mean, that thing will be sitting in theaters well into January, probably even to February. I'm sure I'll get a few spoilers from a couple of my friends that are huge Star Wars fans. I'm a Star Wars guy. I never really got into Star Trek, but I like Star Wars and the whole Jedi and lightsaber thing and everything else. So it'll be interesting to see how Disney does with this. I mean, they're going to make billions. They really, really lucked out with this franchise because they're bringing some of the old characters from the original and tying it in with the second set that came out. So you're getting like generation from like the 70s and 80s, and also you're getting the generation from the late 90s, early 2000s, and how many hundreds of thousands of people followed Star Wars, the original, then ran back to see the second set, and then there was a new generation that picked up. It's gonna be sick. That company, whoever is responsible for running it, the movie aspect of it, between Marvel, the original Disney movies, the Pixar, and now Star Wars, it's such a huge conglomerate, entertainment-wise. They really did luck out. They're going to make a crap load of money off of this. And if any of you have a few extra dollars, go out there, go to sharebuilder.com, or I think it's on investing right. And you don't need a $2,000 deposit. Here's my tip to you, my advice to you, because I'm making a few dollars doing it. Go buy Disney stock. It costs like $7 to buy one share of it, and if you don't have enough money to buy one complete share, I believe it's right at a little over $100 right now. You can buy portions of the share, and you can auto invest, put $25 into it every week or bi-weekly out of your paycheck, however you want to do it. Buy that stock, because part 7, 8, and 9, I mean, over the next 10 to 15 years, you want to talk about retirement money or college money or both, start putting $25, $30 out of each check into that stock and watch what it does in 10 years. And then, you know what? Buy me a cheeseburger, because cheeseburgers won't be 99 cents in 10 years. It'll be like $9.99. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe the way gas is going down, cheeseburgers will be free with a fill-up or something. So, Star Wars, coming out this week. Huge, real huge. I came across this story earlier. Japan announced its bra of the year. Now, the manufacturer's name is Triumph. Why this is relevant, it really isn't, but I just found it kind of comical. The bra is actually made out of materials from satellite dishes up in space. Not like your DirecTV, Dish Network satellite, but like satellites up in space. They take metal from that and they put it in the bra, and it's got this feature where it's got a dress that's like rolled and tucked into it, and you lift up the bra and it drops down. So it's supposed to be really comfortable and all in one, like everything bra. It's strong. It's built for the strong and feminine side of women. Just really stupid. Go look it up. Triumph bras. Hell, maybe you can buy one and try it out, give it a test run. But crazy stuff with the all right. Well, like I said earlier, it's the middle of the month. I did my year in review show last year. I'm gonna do one here at the end of this month. 2015 was quite a up and down year for myself personally. A lot of positives came out of it, though. Man, it seemed like for every one or two like hurdles that I had to come out on top of, something like really great came out of it, except my fantasy football team. Thank you, Sandy. Hate you, New England. But 2015 lost some handful of close people. I'll give shout outs to the people that need to be shouted out to at the end of the year, and then you gotta just kind of look back and think that, man, it was just January 1st yesterday, and it's about to be January 1st tomorrow already, So, football. I want to touch base on football. We got some good football bowl games coming up this year. The college football playoff system's set. I agree with it totally. I personally don't think Clemson's the best college football team in America. They're going to get beat by Oklahoma. Oklahoma's going to walk the dog on them, I think. Bama and Michigan State, I think, is the national title game before it happens. Whoever wins that game is going to win the national championship. Bama's favored by double digits right now, I think. Might even be down to 8 or 9 points, but Michigan State's underrated. And if you do the process of elimination there, you got Oklahoma winning and probably Bama. Bama will probably walk away. If not, you might see an Oklahoma-Michigan State final. If that's the case, Michigan State will win. Whoever wins that Bama-Michigan State game is going to be national champs. My boys in blue, the Maize and Blue. Michigan, it got announced that they are playing the Florida Gators at the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl here in Florida. It's going to be in Orlando. Anybody out there, if you can find me a ticket, I need a ticket. Those darn things sold out the same day, and I waited 2 days later to get a ticket. Might just go up there and try to snag one off a scalper and pay 10 times face value, but at least it's going to the game. And you know what, Gator fans, this one's for you. You know what's going to happen on New Year's Day when the Wolverines play the Florida Gators? We're going to make Gatorade out of your Florida Gator football team. We're going to whip that ass in pretty much your own backyard here in Florida. It's what we do best. Michigan plays Florida in football, and we win. That's all we do is win. I'm not going to say I guarantee it. It's just going to happen. It's the way it is. That's for my Florida friends there. You know who you are. You're listening to this, and you're laughing and smirking and ha ha ha. I got a bet with a couple of you. Right now, my standing bet with two of my friends is If Michigan wins, then they got to change their profile picture on whatever they use, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. They're going to be putting on my Charles Woodson National Championship football jersey, and they have to wear it and make that their profile picture for 30 days. The reverse bet is, back with me. I have to put on a Florida Gators jersey and change my profile pictures on all my accounts to that, which, is not going to happen. Sorry, guys, you won't get to see that. You could Photoshop one and waste your time doing it, but that's just not going to happen. So Michigan plays Florida, Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. That'll be pretty awesome. Going to make the trip up there on a whim and hope that I can get a ticket from a scalper. I'm sure I will. But if any of you do have an extra ticket, please shoot me a message. You know how to get in touch with me. It's not hard to do. And last I want to touch upon is my website. It's coming along. It should be ready by the first of the year, knock on wood. TheBrianGouldShow.com. I had it up before. It came down when I took my little leave of absence here with my show. It's going to have all the old shows on there from my YouTube channel, as well as the store. The store did pretty decent. I kind of disappointed myself by pulling the website because at least some merchandise was selling off the store. You'll be able to pick up like shirts and novelty items, some gag gifts and stuff, some movies here, tons and tons and tons of sarcastic funny shirts. So, and they're cheap, pretty cheap actually. Get drop shipped right to your house. And some of my own personal items will be up there for grabs. It stuff that I've used for prior shows and other gag stuff. And then I've been working with my web guy. He's trying to help me out to do like this little fantasy, like celebrity death pool. Yeah, it sounds kind of morbid, but other things too, like with fantasy wrestling stuff, like pick'em stuff. You toss a buck in, you got a chance to win $10. I mean, it's not gambling, it's not like that, it's contest stuff. So we're working out the kinks. There's a lot to it, and I want to keep it as simple as possible, but there's like two different things I want to do with it, and apparently that's just too overwhelming. So I got to pick one and then add the other one later. So we'll see what happens with that. But if you are listening or watching on your tablet or phone right now, I want to give a shout out to one of my special friends that is a Dallas Cowgirls fan. I won a lot of bets. Look at the screen right now. Yeah, there you go. Won a lot of bets this football season based on the Cowgirls losing a lot of football games. Cowgirls suck. Straight up, they do. The NFL really needs to examine the teams that their owners are super rich but just don't do nothing with their teams. No matter how hard they try, the Cowgirls forever and ever and ever will be just a C-class team, in my opinion. Overrated. The only time that they really were of any relevance was when Troy Aikman was there and Emmitt Smith, when they won their Super Bowls recently. I can't say anything about the old school teams because I wasn't around to see them, but because the Cowgirls stink and they're 4-9, that's 9 bets. Actually, I didn't bet with my friend over this last game. 8 bets that I've won this season, and I know you're listening, and I will not say your name out loud to save you the embarrassment, but you know who you are. And 4-9, that's 13 games. There's 3 games left if you want to lose 3 more bets, because you will, because the Cowgirls suck. Hit me up. I just got to give a shout out to the teams that my friends like that I don't like Boston teams and Philly teams. Those two, yeah, their fans are the worst besides the Montreal Canadiens. You've heard me say this before if you've listened to any of my older shows, but thank you, Dallas, for all that you've done this season and for what you're going to do over the next 3 games. And that is your karma coming back for screwing my Detroit Lions out of the playoffs last season. Pass interference flag that was picked up. You know what I'm talking about. So With that in closing, thank you for listening. There's a subscribe button in the lower right-hand part of the screen. Turn your phone sideways. It should pop up there. If you're on your tablet or on your computer, you can definitely see it. Thanks for listening in. Anybody that has a Michigan, Florida Gators, Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl ticket, please shoot me a message. And if there's anything of interest out there that's need to be talked about, let me know. Thank you for listening. This has been your great 25 minutes of lost time, but hey, at least somebody did it for you. Thanks for listening. This is Brian Gould. I'll catch you guys next week.